Bati kita doon ha.
Thank you very much.
Sobrang busy ka, no? Puno yung schedule mo.
Busy ka.
Nakakabahan na si ano.
So wala ka nang time sa mga bagay-bagay.
Affairs about the heart.
About the heart. Time ka pa ba?
Parang focus mo talaga eh.
Affairs about the heart is important also.
Oo. Inspiration, motivation.
Makes you whole.
Do you believe in that? Ikaw ba? Kailangan din naman ng...
Heart.
You know, it really depends on what your treasure is.
Okay.
Some of us, we treasure family. Some of us, we treasure our work. Some of us treasure relationships, regardless kung what kind. Some of us treasure careers or money. So,
What about you?
me, my treasure is... some of us would treasure studies also.
Right.
For me, it has to be a balance of everything.
And do you achieve it now? Would you say na you were able to achieve it now?
Well, I am studying, I am working.
Does it make you whole?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that I would.
Is
be
there something
doing the
missing?
thing-
Is there
No.
something basically missing?
No.
Okay, go. Parang hindi ka nakahinga. Hindi ka nakahinga. Parang rapido.
Parang may 60 seconds, ano ah.
Okay, I'm very good. Yes, I've been busy with a lot of things. I mean, with work, with school, with the foundations that I support. I'm
You're
busy
so
with
pretty.
my mothering to 30. Thank you. I've been busy with my IG live every Tuesdays. Please watch it. Every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Ayan. We tackle different topics and yun lang.
Different topics.
Iba-iba.
Love.
We talk about, we haven't tackled that yet, but we have tackled mental health. So for 4 Tuesdays, and now we're doing leftover meals. So yung mga, sa mga nagtitipid na mga mommy, so that's what we do. Kung ano yung mga leftover ng kinagabihan, kung anong pwedeng gawing meal the following day. So yun siya.
Kung tatakal mo ang love, anong pwede mong i-advise sa mga tao kung nanonood?
Oo.
Ano ba? It would depend also on what they like. Because before I parang bring out a content, I ask them, what do you want to talk about? So, kung ano yung pinakamarami sa consensus, then, yun yung pag-uusapan.
Hindi, for example, love in relationship per se, what would be your advice to people? Yung gusto mong i-advise na lang.
How would a relationship last?
Yung mga ganun lang. Parang
Mga tipong
ano lang,
ganun.
tayong
Anong advice mo since you're a very experienced woman?
Well, let me think ha. Siguro if you're going to ask, kunyari, yun na lang, for example, you're the viewer, no? And then you're going to ask about how to make a relationship last, then I'd say, there has to be commitment. And that loving is a choice. Parang love is not just based on emotions alone. Because,
Loving is a choice. Okay? Mhm.
yes. So, I think that would be, a good starter.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'd like to acknowledge the presence of Tito Dindo Balalas. Happy birthday, Kuya Dindo.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday today!
Today.
Ka-birthday mo, mami ko! Birthday din niya today. Happy birthday.
Our next question will come from Kate Adahar of Random Republic.
Hi. Na-mention mo kasi kanina yung challenges when it comes to acting. How do you measure your performance? Do you review your show? Do you watch your episodes? Or is there anyone whose feedback you value
Well,
take into consideration?
Yeah, feedback, they're very important. I ask, of course, my mom. Okay, what's funny is just because she's my mom doesn't mean na parang, uy, ang galing, lahat magaling. Siya talaga rin yung number 1 critic ko. So I ask her, of course, the station gives us naman feedbacks also, the production team, also from of course, the directors. I always tell them, hanggat hindi ka pa happy, huwag natin titigilan.
Okay.
So hanggat sa ma-achieve natin kung ano yung goal or kung ano yung objective ng scene, then we don't stop. So yun naman yun.
Napapanood mo rin naman yung mga may chance mo ba?
I find it weird kasi pagka pinapanood mo yung sarili mo sa television, so sometimes I get to watch but I do not regularly watch myself.
And last, you seem so calm and collected. Is there anything that can make you panic? Kasi ang dami mo rin ginagawa. So parang, syempre yung time, siksik.
No naman. Ano lang talaga, it's really about time management din talaga na meron talaga akong nilalaan na oras for studying, meron din akong nilalaan na time to study my script, meron din talaga akong time na, well, alam ko naman yung mga non-negotiables, diba? Syempre, yung kay 30, hindi naman pwedeng, okay, isang tabi muna yon. So I think it's really about organizing also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. We are down to our last question. And that killer question will come from Trixie Daw.
Oh, sige nga. Killer pala, ha? Sige. Patunayan mo yan, you live up to the expectation.
Hi Jodi, I'm Trixie from Pinoy Screen and Stage. Actually, nag-ano tayo dati. Sa Bycon, I think. Yeah, nag-chill tayo. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, since you have like a very vested interest in mental health, psychology, ganyan. What do you think about yun nga, a mental health bill, about having a mental health bill in the country?
I think it's timely and it's appropriate. I think tama lang talaga na magkaroon tayo nun. Kasi for me, it's also one way to break the stigma about mental health issues because up to now, parang there are still people na hindi naniniwala that, mental illnesses exist. They think it's just, all in the head, it's all in the mind, even though na parang, just because they're not parang measurable symptoms, like, let's say, hypertension or diabetes, diba? So I think, nararapat lang. Also, for me talaga, it's important to break the stigma and para magkaroon ng access also yung mga tao to proper mental health care. So, for me, kumbaga, what do you call that? Sobrang thankful ako na may mental health bill tayo ngayon.
So sa set ng itong palabas, ano yung may mga memorable experience, yung most memorable experience?
Ano?
Like bloopers, ganyan, or...
Oh my gulay, siguro kung bloopers lang, ang dami. Siguro, ewan ko kung ever ipapalabas nila yung mga bloopers na yun. Pero madami, from nakakalimutan yung line, to namamali ng blocking, to may nagugulas. But I'm not saying that's funny, baka, as long as walang nasasaktan, okay? What else? Or yung, alam mo yun, before mag-take, yung nagkatsikahan, tapos hindi natapos yung tawanan na nadadala sa eksena. Ganon. And of course, memorable din yung relationship na nabibuild ng mga tao while working together.
Last question. Since you mentioned you also do IG Live, like about cooking, and of course your interest in psychology, ganyan. And you mentioned na you have charities you help, diba? So, and we know Gretchen has IG Live and she used to help out sa, diba, give gifts or basta yung mga wishes, ganyan, grant wishes. So, do you see yourself doing that in the future, na parang may mga mag-ano sa'yo ng wish, ganyan, let's say milk for their, or whatever, tapos i-grant mo?
I don't see naman anything wrong with that, diba? As long as parang it's within our power to act naman or to do good to someone, bakit naman hindi natin gagawin? I mean, naniniwala ako na parang we should, that our life should be we should not live our lives just to merely exist, but we should really parang live it out. And parang for me, the only way we can do that is to somehow make a difference in other people's lives. And that is through serving them and helping them in any way that we can. Parang kasi for me, parang hindi na issue kung may pera ka o kung meron kang stature or kung meron kang katalinuhan. Ang pinaka-importante is kailangan magmalasakit ka, first and foremost, dapat you should care. You should have empathy towards those in need and towards those people who are suffering. And I think that will make a big difference sa buhay nila. And not only sa buhay nila, but pansinin mo din yung sarili mo because it will really change you from the inside out.
Thank you.
Very well said. We'd like to acknowledge now the presence of Makas, our executive producer. Thank you, Makas.
Sundo.
And on the last note,
World Vision, Samaritana, Compassion International, and Kite Foundation. And I'm really hoping na madagdagan pa sila sa mga darating na panahon.
Mars, may isang tanong lang sila na pinapatanong siya. Hindi, kamusta daw ang heart mo ngayon?
Thank you!
we'll have a separate press con for that. Thank you so much, mga kapamilya. Thank you, Jodi. Thank you, Makas.